Greeting to Mr. Richard, I am Wong Ing Hong. We are from Group 3. Today, my group members and I will be presenting about our PRG4205 ERP programming group assignment. Let's start with the introduction. Our company name is Sportful Foods Senya Berhad, and we are mainly sell with a protein bar with a different flavor like chocolate peanut, berry blast, and vegan vanilla. Then we have the protein bar with different function like we have the keto crunch, macromedia, and the post-workout recovery. Next, we have the materials they use to produce our product with different category like protein isolate, rolled oats, protein isolates, rolled oats, peanut, chocolate, fruits, and packaging material. Then you can see that's the text like our product and the material that is bought. This is because these are the example that we use to write in our report. Next, we have the vendor that's to supply us the materials. So this is important because the material cost will affect the final price that we sell, the final price of the product that we sell to customer. So we need to find the best choice that offer us with the best price. First, we have the vendor nutri-source ingredients that supply with the nutrition food such as our protein isolate, rolled oats. Then we have our premium Kakao Malaysia, which supply us with the chocolate. And also we have the Klang Valley Organics Senya Berhad. It supplies us with the organic food ingredients such as the natural peanut butter and the fruit. Last, with the flexible wrap solution supplied with the packaging materials such as our foil wrapper and the plastic tub. Next will be the system architecture and configuration. So these are the steps where we create first before our project start. Is to ensure the consistency among all of the project. First, we set up data for the inventory products and the materials used. Like we have the products, sport food, chocolate peanut, protein bar, and we have input with the sales price and also the cost. And the cost will be the system calculated automatically based on the bill of materials. Next, also we have the materials that's created. Next, we have the master data for the. Next, we have the setup data for customer data and the vendor data, with inputting like their email, their phone number, and their address in the website. Next, we have the setup data for our bill of materials. So bill of materials is what the system is for the system to know like the product need what materials to produce. Without this bill of materials, we could like produce the product with the wrong material, which cause a bad quality of the product. So why we set up the bill of materials at the beginning instead of the production process? This is because we need to ensure the consistency among all. So we set up it first. Next will be the workflow customization. So we have set up like when the customer notice the loss, when the system notice with the low stock, the manufacturing order instead of the purchase order will be created first. Is to ensure that when we want to it is to ensure like what materials that we need to purchase. And also the system will generate an automatic purchase requisition to the supplier when it's below the minimum. Like we have set a minimum like 50 and a maximum 20, and also like the packaging wrapper with a minimum 200 and a maximum 500. So the user can see the automatically generated draft purchase order. And next, I will pass the sales and distribution to my teammates.
I will walk through the sales and distribution module of our Odoo ERP implementation for Sportfield Foods STMBHD. The sales process begins with a customer inquiry. Here, we created a commercial opportunity for Anytime Fitness Kuala Lumpur, who requested 50 units of protein bar. We progressed this opportunity to the warm phase, which confirmed the successful closing of the initial negotiation. From the one CRM opportunity, we generated a formal sales quotation. The system automatically populates the customer master details and product information, which is 50 units of Sportfield Cocoa Peanut Protein Bar at RM15 per unit. At this stage, the document is in draft status and is not yet legally binding. We send this quotation to the customer for approval. After customer approval, the sales agent confirms the order. Odoo performs an availability check if stock is sufficient. The quotation becomes sales order. If not, the system trigger replenishment. Logistics also begin with delivery order. When the delivery dates arrive, the warehouse team validates delivery order. The status change to done, updating inventory, and recognizing cost of goods sold in the accounting system. After post-good issue is confirmed, the system automatically generates customer invoice from sales order. The invoice total are 825, which is from 750 for product plus 75 ringgit for SSD. The status changes from draft to posted and the journal entry is automatically created. After the invoice is posted, the finance team clicks the pay button. A pop-up appears showing the payment detail, which is 825 and the payment date and invoice reference. The user click on the create payment to finalize. So upon clicking the create payment, the invoice status update to in payment. The journal entry is generated automatically, which is debit bank, credit account, receivable. This completes the order to cash cycle. Now I will pass it to my teammates.
Hello, I will think about the material management. The first purchase requisition and request for quotation. After running the MRP scheduler, the system automatically generate 4 requisitions for quotation for the required raw material sent to respective vendor. This fully automated the traditional PR and RQ question phase, eliminating manual data entry error. And about the PO, the RQ is officially confirmed and converting into the purchase order PO. The system log unit price and quantity from vendor necessary source ingredients RTD, establishing a legally binding procurement commitment. And the good receipt. The inbound shipment WS Inc. 0001 linked to PO 001 has been successfully validated and marked as done. This transaction confirms that raw material has been physically received from Nutri source ingredients RTD and moved into warehouse storage, officially updating the inventory regions. Then the invoice verification and receipt. The procurement cycle conclude with vendor invoice verification by linking the record via autocomplete to purchase order P0001. The system automatically populates the lines totally 350 ringgit. Once the bill date is set and confirmed, the document status change to post the officially complete to the PTP cycle. And the vendor selection and purchase info record. The vendor selection is based on the past performance and lead time. The Nutri source ingredients RTD is chosen for key materials because of the best price and reliable delivery. The purchase info record is set out in the product master, link each raw material to its preferred supplier and ensuring the agreed price is applied in future automatic procurement. And about the production planning. The production master data will include the work center and routing. This the work center question is used to enable proper stock flow management. Work center are created. They are define the foundational manufacturing environment, including machine capacities and availability, which are essential for capacity planning and costing. The routing will allow the system to incorporate work center information wherever the production order is created. This ensures that the correct setup and processing time are assigned, guaranteeing accurate costing at every production step. Then the production planning will include the MPS and NRP. This is the forecasting. The is the MPS and forecasting. The MPS planning engine is dynamite. When the market driven forecast the demand of 100 unit for July 2026 is entered, the system automatically computes the recommended replenishment of 200 unit to absorb demand variance. This The methodical optimization ensure long-term material stability. And about the master production scheduling MPS, this is used for confirm manufacturing order awaiting the component availability. And the MRP, material requirement planning. The MRP engine perform an immediate explosion of net requirements based on the BOM to check real-time availability of real raw materials. Here's all components shown as green availability and status, and the overall order is confirming 100% material availability. Then the production order release. Based on the demand planning, a production required of 100 of spot fuel cocoa peanut protein bar is initiated. The manufacturing order is generated in draft status. The system pull the correct BOM component, but all are marked red, not available, demonstrating real-time inventory tracking and deficit detection. And the material withdrawal good issue. After performing the goods received for the first purchase order, the production teams triggers the check availability action. The ERP system automatically reserve incoming stock, turning the status of Y protein is stored and raw ox to green available. Other components remain not available, showing the proper multi-vendor dependency tracking. Then the last of confirmation. After validate all the procurement received from multiple vendors, the component status dynamically turn fully green. This system update the manufacturing order readiness from waiting to ready. This confirm 100% of required material are allocated and reserved, eliminated any risk of discretion before actual process. Then the good receipts, the production complement and inventory ledger update. The manufacturing execution is finalized by creating the procured products or the system consume the allocated raw material and officially shift the manufacturing order status to the done. This transaction automatically dispatch 100 unit of finished spot through cocoa peanut protein bar into the stock ledger, while recording as a start and end time for cost accounting. Then the last order settlement and cost analysis. Upon the closing the manufacturing order, the system automatically calculate financial variance by comparing standard cost against actual cost for like the material used and actual labor hour. No manual variance analysis is needed, and the finished goods valuation flow directly to the inventory asset book in financial accounting. I pass up. Thank you.
Now, let's move to the financial accounting module. The chart of account is the backbone of financial accounting. It defines all general ledger account used by the company, including assets, liability, income, and expense account. Every transaction from sales, purchase, and manufacturing is automatically mapped to the correct accounts, ensuring accurate financial records. When customer invoice is validated, Odoo automatically creates the journal entry in the background. The system debit account receivable for 825, credit trade income for 750, and credit SST control account for 75. This record the customer debt and recognize revenue and tax liability, all without manual data entry. When the customer pays, the system automatically generates the payment journal entries. It debits outstanding receipt for 825 and credit account receivable for 825. This record the cash receipt and clear the customer outstanding balance. For vendor payment, the process is similar. When raw materials are received, vendor bill is automatically generated from purchase order. The system debit cost for 750 and credit account payable. recording the liability to NutriSource Ingredient Ltd. Odoo automatically generate the profit and loss statement, providing real-time visibility into revenue and expenses. Our report shows gross profit of 15,750 and operating expenses of 750. This eliminates manual spreadsheets works and ensure management has accurate financial data. The balance sheet provides a real-time snapshot of the company's financial position. Asset total 17,325, liability total 2,325, and equity total 15,000. These follow the accounting equations: asset equal liability plus equity. The balance sheet balance confirming the accuracy of all records. The cash flow statement tracks the company cash inflow and outflow. Cash received from customer is 1,500, cash paid to supplier is 1,500, and the closing balance is 1,650. This statement ensure management can proactively manage liquidity.
Next, I'll be taking part of the challenge that we have faced, which is the profit-driven operating planning. Instead of using ERP only for the daily transaction, our system also supports the business decision-making to maximize the profitability. So this challenge consists of 4 parts. First is the cost volume profit analysis, dynamic pricing, scenario simulation, and KPI alerts. First is the CVP analysis. So we perform the cost volume profit analysis using the product cost from the bill of materials and the selling price stored in our Odoo. So we calculated the contribution margin of 9 ringgit 80 cent with a selling price of 15 ringgit and a variable cost of 5 ringgit 20 cent. Based on our monthly fixed cost, the break-even point is around 1,000 units. This means the company must sell at least 1,000 protein bars before making the profit. So you can see in the chart, there's a line showing the break-even point with the 1,000 units. They're showing the horizontal is the units and the vertical is the ringgit, which is the price. So it showed with the 1,000 units and the 15,000 ringgit. Next will be the calculation of the break-even analysis. So we have the formula to calculate the break-even point units, which is we have to use the total fixed cost divided by our unit contribution margin. You can see the example here. And the break-even point with the sales revenue, we have to use our BEP with the units times with the selling price. So you can see the 1,000 times with 15 ringgit, which will get the 15,000 ringgit. And this is the CVP process that we made in our Odoo. So you can see that we have we apply a B2B commercial volume discount for the product sport-filled chocolate peanut protein bar. We have set with the minimum quantity is the 1,000 quantity, and the price will get a 10% discount on the sales. Next will be the dynamic pricing. After identifying the break-even point, so we configure the dynamic pricing inside our Odoo. The orders below 1,000 units used in the normal selling price. So you can see the customer order with the quantity less than the 1,000, which is the minimum value that we identified. The customer will get a 15 ringgit. We'll get a 15 ringgit for each price. And once the order exceeds the break-even point, for example, like the quantity is more than or equal to 1,000, and then we get a 10% discount, which is the 13 ringgit 50 cent for 1 unit of the product. So this is because the Odoo will automatically apply the discount, and this helps to extract a large B2B customer while still maintaining the profitability. And this is the system simulation and verification for our dynamic pricing. So as you can see, the line, the orange line with the scenario A with the quantity of 500, and scenario B with the quantity of 1,550. So the scenario A will get the discount with 0, and the scenario B will, of course, it will get a discount with 10% because it exceeds the minimum value. Next, we'll move to the scenario simulation. We simulated a real business situation that we assume a raw material price increased by 15%. So as a result, the break-even point increased from 1,000 units to 1,087 units. So this allows the management to predict profit before they're making the business decision. So as you can see, that we have the new contribution margin from the 15 ringgit is 15 ringgit minus with the increased value, which is the 9 ringgit and 2 cents. So for the break-even point, we calculate with the total fixed cost divided by our new contribution margin, which we will get the 1,087 units. Next for the scenario simulation. Cost of the material increased by 15%, which is 2 ringgit 30 cents. So we can see the materials whey protein isolate increase the price from 2 ringgit to 2 ringgit 30 cents. So for the product, it will be affected. So you can see after we compute the price of VOM, it will show the cost. It will show the computed price. Next will be the KPI alert. We propose an automated KPI alert system. So instead of just waiting until the end of the month, the Odoo will continuously monitor the operational costs. If the labor cost or storage cost exceeds the predefined threshold, so the system will automatically send an alert to the management. So this enables the faster corrective actions and better cost control. So for example, you can see in the MyNet like here, the labor cost and the budget exceeds. So it will show the automatic alert and and the manager is informed, and the manager will take action immediately. As a conclusion, our implementation shows that the ERP is more than just a recording transaction. By integrating with the sales, inventory, manufacturing, and accounting, the management receives the real-time information to support the pricing, production planning, and the profit optimization for our company. And that's all for our presentation from Group 3. Thank you.